I am Kirky, and this is my first podcast. Not really sure what we're going to talk about today. I think it's relationships, but my guest today is Abeni Procope, one of my best friends for about 15 years now. I don't know how she put up with me for so long, but that's what makes her special. And they can put up with me for so long. All right, so welcome, Abeni.
Hi, Kirk. Thanks for having me.
Well, I'll be referring to you as Absi.
Yeah, I thought he was actually going and say that.
You all will call her Abeni Procope, though.
Yes, right. That name is...
Absi is for me.
Yes, off limits.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, well, I mean, I know we were talking before we were rolling, and we were saying I'm in relationships. We're talking boundaries.
Yeah, how to set boundaries in a relationship with your partner without feeling guilty. You know, like your boundaries going and hurt them in any kind of way. Yeah, so how we going to go about that? So that's going to be, I guess, our topic for this evening. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, I don't know, boy. I think I am just too much of a straightforward and honest person. Some say a little dry. So and I believe in coming up front and saying, hey,
yeah, don't beat around the bush.
So see that you're for it?
Yeah.
Or that's it? Or what's your take on that?
I definitely agree. I am that type of person as well. I will explain, because that's just me. I want to explain and make sure you understand well where I'm coming from with my boundaries. The boundaries is either about me or something you've probably done in the past or something I definitely don't want to repeat itself. Just in terms of safety, whether it's protecting your heart, your emotions, or anything of the sort. So these are my boundaries. If it is you don't understand or you don't really too like it, it's not really a matter of I necessarily changing the boundaries for you to like it, but I may just try to shed some light as to how that came about. Because again, the boundaries is about my safety, my well-being, and to protect myself from whatever necessary I have experienced in the past, with maybe somebody else or with that said person. So yeah.
All right. And then again, with boundaries, some people draw boundaries, as I say, like from previous relationships. So how do you know if you are being fair in your boundaries? Or if you're just,
protecting yourself from the past, hoping that it doesn't reoccur.
Yeah, you're protecting yourself, but it may not be the right, way to go about it.
It's like you're putting up self-defense before anything even happened.
Yeah, I was like, this person paying for...
Yeah, a hypothetical situation that really ain't even bound to happen.
Because not because it happened in the past means it will happen with somebody else.
True.
And then too, the other person is not always the problem.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we had to look at ourselves and say...
Which I believe is the hardest thing to do, huh? Yeah, it's always easier to look outside of yourself at everybody else, the workplace is the boss fault, the co-worker, the taxi reached late. It wasn't that you didn't put the alarm on. It's always everybody else instead of looking at yourself. I think this is what calls for proper communication. A nice, good, healthy conversation between those two persons as to what really taking place there. I think, like, in my position, being the female, I would say, if I set a boundary, my partner might probably ask me, or I won't mind my partner asking me, like, how you came about that.
Yeah.
Because maybe they might be feeling like they know they're not that type of person. They know they have never done that particular thing to me. So, how that come about. I don't mind having a conversation there, because if you're being honest and true to yourself and everything that you all are communicating on, you might actually begin to realize that, wait, this really have nothing to do with me safeguarding myself from this person or anything. It's really based on something that happened in the past. And like you rightfully said, it might never happen with this person.
Yeah.
You are also, maybe depending on the length of time you have already been with this person, if you're being honest again, you might realize too that based on observation and experience with this person, that's not the type of person.
Yeah, because everybody's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As we get older, our choices get better. Well, should.
Yeah,
get
should.
better.
Yeah. You know, some people, they just get older with age, but
Yeah.
the wisdom not following at all.
Yeah, and with each relationship you have, you learn. I mean,
Hopefully.
I believe with
Yeah,
every relationship, you're supposed to learn. Everybody that passes through your life for a reason.
Oh yeah, definitely. That is something I actually say to myself all the time, that to take every lesson or everything that happens to you, take it as a learning experience. Whether it didn't go your way or somebody it went your way, still look at it, see like what could have been done better here. I do this all the time. If for some reason, like I fall out with somebody, I would pull myself back. I would replay the entire thing in my head. Like, okay, was it something I said? Was it how I said what I said? Was it because I was upset? So definitely everything came across differently. And one of the references I draw with people is that if you and I fall out last night and I accustomed telling you, good morning. I don't say good morning, Kirky. I just usually say good morning. But because we fall out last night and I say, good morning, hear you. So you still vex from last night's hour. But how you mean if I still vex? I usually just say, good morning.
Yeah.
But now, because you and the person actually fell out last night, it's like you hearing the good morning with a tone.
Yeah.
Good morning. But that's not really what's taking place.
Right.
So for me to soften it up, for the person not even to assume that I could possibly still be upset, I would put a smiley emoji.
Right.
To let you know that, hey, you know, we cool, or I would send a voice note instead.
Managing emotions.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, you know, I now realize, I wonder if we get in this cream in the shot. I just want you to know that this is not the kind of podcast. Nothing strange was happening. Our creaming lady just forgot to put it away. I'll put it away. So, all right, so we can continue now. Yeah.
So yeah, I just try to, what's it called, that boy?
It's like managing emotions.
Yeah, manage my emotions. Not just
Somebody
mine.
else, yes.
Yeah. What could be the outcome of their assumption, their possible assumption? And that is just simply not because you should or shouldn't care about what somebody thinks, but again, this is more than likely your partner, right? Or somebody you want to see yourself long term with, you're developing something here. So to prevent any unnecessaries, I would just soften it up. I might send you a voice note. I might video call you. So now you can see the expression on my face. If I do a voice note and you hear my tone of voice, you hear how soft it is singing. So you could really be like, okay, she not upset, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, you would know you should know your partner too. You should know what triggers them, you know what, you know?
Yeah, not to, you know, mash that corn.
Yeah. Some people is no.
Yeah, and because they know,
Corn.
yeah,
Yeah.
and all how you're rolling back because you're saying, I know you're trying to get on my nerves. The still. So,
Yeah.
I think boundaries should be a healthy thing, like just generally.
Is needed.
Yeah, because then it sets limits. As the name implies, it's a boundary, like this line and not to be crossed. Like for instance, I don't like, as much as I am
I was actually going to ask you.
as much as I am a touchy person, like I love to be touched as a love language. I don't like to be touched generally. So if I am traveling, I don't want that person rubbing against me.
Your partner.
No, sorry, not my partner, like in general. So the touch is mainly my partner. And why I say mainly, as in somebody might just laugh and touch me, right? But don't overdo it. Some people, they laughing and they
Right.
they pushing you.
No, but the question is what boundaries you have in your relationship, like for your
Okay, well,
partner.
taking that back to my partner then,
Safe space is only you and I here.
one of
Nobody
them,
else.
one of them I would say is probably, if I want to bracket it like that, to say tone. But I have that as a general thing, but I don't have that issue with him in terms of like, even if you get upset, my boundary is like, just know not to cross that line. Like, don't lose yourself that because you're upset to start to talk to me in any kind of way, because I know how I can escalate. And then there was fire and fire fighting here. Somebody needs to be the bigger person, humble the self, realize that, okay. And this is something I learned from a senior, that you have to remember, when you and your partner going at it, it's not your partner you're fighting against. It's the problem that the both of you are trying to resolve. But sometimes you tend to, you get so ahead of things. It's in the heat of the moment. It's like you forget that it was probably, okay, bad weather. That had nothing to do with your partner. Your partner could not have regulated the weather in any kind of way. So if it is you're trying to figure out like how to stop the flooding from coming in your gate or something of the sort, then why is it you are getting so upset with your partner rather than it's rain? I know, yes, that could stem into other things, like maybe put up some sandbags and whatnot and thing. But for me, off the top of my head, is just tone. I generally don't have if to call it personal issues. He generally is very soft-spoken. I feel like I don't have to call it a boundary, but I should probably put like a rule or some kind of thing where, like, I have to probably mic him up because
It's up a notch.
I don't be hearing him. He's been talking so calmingly, quiet, gentle. So I tell him now that, okay, if you realize I don't respond, it's because I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you. Because sometimes he will come back and he say, yes, I told you so. I said, did I respond? And he'd be like, no. I was like, okay, then what did I tell you about that? Because I'm tired of repeating myself that, hey, I'm not hearing you. Or he will call, the radio is on, the glass is down, and it's a video call. So it's already away from your mouth, your face. And I'm struggling because I'm hearing your radio and all the breeze, the cars pass. Honestly, I have just hung up.
Serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's like, how often or should I continue to be telling you the same thing over and over?
Right.
And it has gotten to a point where it's like, and then he'll be like, send a voice note saying, babes, I don't know what happened there. Like, we got disconnected.
Do you tell him?
Yes,
Or you tell him, yes, I got disconnected, or yes, I cut it off?
I hung up. But it's how he just say it so real, like innocent, like I would never think that you really hung up on me.
Yeah.
Babes, I don't think we I think we got disconnected there. I don't know what happened to the phone, you know. But what I was just calling to tell you was so.
Nah, I would say, yeah, I hung up because I
And then I was like, no, I hung up on you. I was like, because I wasn't hearing you, the glass is down, the radio is on, and you're calling me video call, and then to tell me I can't hear you because it's a video call.
that's what he was.
And when he says after, I'm like, I said, so you know it's a video call, duh. The radio is on. the glass is down, and then you expect to hear me. His reaction does be like, real?
Okay.
Oh, shucks. Real? I don't know, like,
Well, at least it's not a deal breaker.
I know, and I'll be there like, he does the same thing. If he's home, fan is blowing. Fan is right here. And he's sending a voice note. And I'm just saying, like a hurricane. I'm like, play back your voice note.
And if you're listening, this podcast is about you.
He will definitely watch it back. And then, oh my God, I'm sure he's still going to be like, trying to understand. So I struggle with his accent. And then it would be the same thing with him.
Oh, you
Struggling sometimes.
understand?
Yeah. And I'd be like, did you understand what I just said? And then if I don't ask him that and he responds, that's when you realize he didn't
really
understand.
And the thing with men, though, we are not going to ask you what you just say. We are going to just nod yes, okay.
He doesn't.
And half the time, I ain't hear a word you say.
But that's the thing, I always know when you didn't hear me or you didn't understand.
Yeah.
The response sells it out. Because I'm like, how? Wait, did you hear what I said? No, I kind of. So why didn't you just ask me? Right? But it's all, it is send up my pressure.
Yeah.
It is send up my pressure, but like it doesn't affect my pressure to the extent where, like, if I go test my pressure, it's still
Yeah.
like, maybe like, I don't like it's an internal thing, just him and my pressure going up because it's like.
Yeah.
So we actually had a conversation recently about me not getting upset as easily as I do in certain situations. So I have started working on certain things, like one being a little more patient, because he's always telling me, he's like, you have no patience. I'm like, no. And that's the thing. People approach people initially like a new person and they sell themselves like how they advertise a movie, the best parts of the movie. I let you know one time,
Yeah,
I have a
upfront.
dread attitude when I get upset.
Yeah.
It's not something I'm proud of, but the same way you will advertise the best side of you, I'm letting you know this about me one time.
Right.
If you think it's going to be a deal breaker for you, you can go one time. Or you might tell yourself, wow, well, I respect her for actually putting out that negative thing about her.
Be the way you say it too.
No, but
Could you imagine me for the same time?
no, I say it just like how I said it there.
She say, hey, before we just go any further, I have a bad attitude. I'm going
Not that 100. Maybe like a 80-something, 70-something. I would let you know that here's what. I say I have a real bad attitude when I get upset. Right? Just so like that I would say it. And it doesn't seem to faze people at all. And
fellas and them running too hard.
yeah,
don't
they might be also looking at it as, you know what, she feels she can get rid of me so easily.
Yeah.
She might be just saying that I going in full 100.
Sometimes men are like a toxic in the life, you know.
I guess so. You hear Petri song, you know. So, but it's not like that generally. And I told someone that it also depends on what they say. Say my personality is me. My attitude depends on you. I think that's how it goes, or it's the other way around.
Yeah.
So somebody might come and say, boy, when I tell you Abeni, this, that, the other, and then you might be like, who, Abeni?
Yeah.
My Abzi? The athlete thing, this, that?
Depends on how we approach and whatnot.
You might be like, can't be the same person because like I've never seen Abzi like, you know, XYZ.
Yeah.
Because like I had a girlfriend from school. I don't think she could say she has ever seen me upset. Like we giggling right through.
Yeah.
If she comes through that gate, they're like, as we head face to face, we start to giggle. We giggle through 2 periods of maths class, and in between I was like, wait, What are we laughing at? He's like, I don't know. Continue.
I wonder if you ever seen me upset.
Nah, I've seen you annoyed.
I'm not.
Yeah. Annoyed, maybe disappointed. But not upset.
Yeah, can't recall being upset. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm genuinely a happy person.
You have generally, you know how people would say, hey, boy, you ain't change at all? Yeah. But for me, that's like for you, knowing you as I do, it's a good haven't changed. Not like you still so boy. That kind nah, it's not like that. Yeah.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That I think that is good. I know this beyond boundaries, but yeah, because like for you, the thing that has been consistent with you throughout the years is support. Because I always say she was there from the beginning.
Yeah.
She's still there. Like no matter what. If I say, hey, we have a photo shoot, you need to come and help me hold our light, she did. You understand? Anything we doing, she did. Yeah, and I mean, it's like one of my most consistent friends. I mean, people just come and go, I mean. And they're around. You understand? So yeah.
I know we're real going off topic, but you know that's how it goes.
Off topic.
Because,
Quite went from boundaries to pet peeves.
Because as you mentioned that day, that just sent me back to like one of our extremely early days of photo shoots when you and Dale was trying to get me in the frame of mind and stuff, and you're trying to get the abs shown. And we actually had pizza, I think, before the shoot. And then you're just talking nonsense and thing, and I just giggling, and then Kirky was like, yeah, look, the abs starting to come in there.
Every time we laugh, yeah.
Yeah, then he was like, you know, the spontaneous shots has actually come out the best.
Candid
Yeah,
ones.
boy. Yeah.
You have a million pictures. A million photos.
It even have photos I have never posted, like the one we did that kind of come out looking like a Michael Jackson kind of thing, and he was like, nah, Absi didn't come out too good, and I was like, yeah, boy.
Hat and
Yeah.
it was real smally then.
Yeah, boy.
It's real small
Because
then.
back then, that was 2013, so like I was around 110, 111 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really small.
I was like the number one all year.
Yeah.
Come from far. Now that I've gotten back this small, even though I'm not close to that weight, it sometimes feel a bit weird to me. Like how in 2017, 18, somewhere I had gone up to 149 pounds. That's the heaviest I've ever been. I was bulking at the time.
Right.
And I always say muscles is like trust. Hard to come, easy to go. And it's like one sneeze and I just went back right down to 119 pounds.
Right.
It's very mind-boggling how fast you can lose muscles as compared to the time taken to put it on.
Right.
And especially with my body type as an ectomorph, it is really extremely easy to lose it, because if I don't continue to eat consistently a particular way all the time, like don't even skip meals, and keep up with resistance training. And let me be a little more specific rather than just saying resistance training, because resistance training could imply like I'm doing pool aerobics or something as well.
Actually, before you continue, I know you mentioned prep and thing. For those who don't know, Abeni is a professional bodybuilder. So that's why she bring up so
so strength training, I should say, if I do not upkeep that, I disappear. Because I checked the 11th of November. No. The 11th of October, sorry. I was 124 pounds. And that was very scary for me because I have not been that weight in a very long time. My last weight was like 130 something, 140 something, 140, 145, 135, somewhere there. And I have not trained since, I think it was last week, Wednesday. I did something. I did a live on that. And before that, it was 173 days since my last training session, which was quite the end of April, the first week of May, somewhere there. So if I continue down this path, I am not in any doubt that I would actually go back down to maybe 119 pounds.
But I would say, I think the size you are now is the best size I've seen for you.
Thanks, sir, but nah. Maybe like a 135. And not too much on the competition bulk type of size. And I'm not too like a underweight type of size. Just right in the middle. I think I'll be really comfortable back at 135.
Right.
I sure I'll be
Now
120.
you won.
Well, the 11th of October was 124. I'm sure I'm probably 122. Could be borderline, 120.
Okay.
Yeah, so I need to, this is why I also meal prep, to try and have that rhythm of continuously, consistently eating. Because like I mentioned, if I don't eat if I do not consume more than I burn, I wouldn't be able to put on the weight. I'll just disappear.
All right.
Yeah.
And see now, I know we jump into workouts, but we're trying to keep it relationships. How, when you at your bulkiest and biggest, how did men react? Like in terms of dating and when they see this woman?
I've actually never had an issue with that, whether in relationship or out of a relationship and walking. It's actually the woman, well, not all obviously, but some women are the ones who would give the negative feedbacks. But the men are the ones who would really gaping and family and thing. But what I get from it is those type of men looking at you like I know this is the term used, but obviously not the wife, but they look at you like a trophy wife. Somebody they could advertise that, hey, this person looking real good, saying there's more woman, whatnot, and not necessarily what they would 100% go for.
Okay.
Because people quick to look at me and be like, hey, I remember when I used to look like you back in my day.
Yeah.
Right, I'm sure. Right? But those men, not with a woman currently that even look like what I used to look like at the point in time.
Right.
Right? But in the relationship, I think, especially at my biggest, the relationship that I had at that point in time, I think if it says I said yes to putting on more size, he would have been for it.
He was in the same.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
he
that makes sense.
was. He would have definitely been for it.
For the power couple thing.
Yeah.
I think that was.
But I did not want to get any bigger. Body fitness size in bulking phase was already like, okay, like that was my limit. I didn't ever see myself doing women's physique, which is bigger than women's body fitness, because to get to physique, to look like this on stage, I would have had to get like this. That would have definitely been a no for me, like so many reasons. One, not too serious reason would be clothing. Because I've been small for so long, like of my life,
Yeah, about whole wardrobe.
I would have had to do a whole wardrobe change. And to get to that size, especially the size of my legs, I don't even think the leggings and stuff that I currently had at that time would have been able to fit me.
Right.
And the struggle that I went through, even as a body fitness size athlete, to dress, it was too much, especially to get like those sports bras from under my lats. I just wish like, okay, you know what? Like if I could just, like everything had a zip or maybe buttons, that would have been great. So I think somebody should come up with that, like just for big females in general or women bodybuilders just put everything with zip and buttons. Yeah. Joggers, I would be living in joggers. I think I would have had to find some way to either be working in a job where I could wear that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or my work pants would probably have to have either stretch material or elastic waist. Because I'm just thinking of the size. And then what happened when I get a back itch?
Yeah, you can't scratch it.
I remember, like, my arms were so big. Like, we can do this now. Like, look at that. The whole arm can lie down. I couldn't. I literally was like, this
right.
at a point in time, like, my finger was still dangling to get a scratch.
Yeah.
Or I would just have to come across.
So walk around with a stick.
Well, I'm glad I didn't reach there, but in the bulking phase, I was close. Yeah, it was very uncomfortable wearing clothing. Bras was not something that I could have worn. Everything was spandex up for me because my lats got so wide that if I were to do lat pull down, when you're back after squeeze it, you still literally unhook the bra.
Yeah.
So I'm there like, shit, how I gonna hook back this? And then obviously, to try and it's like failure. So I just had to leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest. I was never a fan of that size.
Oh.
I used to love it for the competition. Like, yeah, she's badass. She's real badass. She's a show. Yeah. She's a badass. Yeah, but I don't know. I just didn't like that.
And that's kind of understandable because my sister, she said the same thing. She didn't like me at that size. And I think some reasons for that would be, the stereotypical type of way people class women. Some people won't even, this little thing of muscle we have here, or even a little ounce more than that is like, she looking like a man. And then I might be like, so what she would have said back in 2019 and stuff? You'd have say, that is a man, probably.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I had a short faded hair and stuff, so you might really think that. But for me, a lot of the times I realized I was never seeing myself. And I think that is what caused a lot of women who are now doing bodybuilding, which is the biggest size for women, to even get there. One, the love for training. You start to get carried away to the point where it's like you feel this power, and I'm telling you from experience, that is something that came with it, for real, that I felt that. The strength that came with the consistent eating and stuff, the amount of protein and everything that I packed in on a daily basis. And the strength that came with it, because it's now like if I'm training in a type of way like a powerlifter, because you lose your strength within 5 days if it is you slack off, right?
Okay.
So your strength remains. And when I realized like, hey, I pull in some weight, like I do it seated rows, and I'm like mid-stack. And I am watching men doing this thing, training too, and I'm like, nah, it used to be like this challenge for me constantly.
Yeah.
Unknowing to them, of course, that I would see you pulling 150 and I'd be like, oh, hell no, he not going to pull more than me.
Yeah.
Flipping, and I send the pen lower down and I pull that weight.
Yeah.
That was just me. That was never me walking around trying to challenge anybody. That was just me pushing myself constantly to see how much I could get to. So like now, some people would ask me if either I could still lift certain weights. One of their favorite questions is how much I could bench press. And I'm like, bench press was never my thing.
Yeah.
I left that for powerlifters and men with bodybuilding. It was probably everything else except bench press.
Yeah.
Right? That was never something I even tried to reach like some record or that was never anything. Ask me anything. I'm like, asking about squats or lat pull down rows, like,
back and legs.
I feel also too is because they don't really know. The people who asking probably don't know about the other machines and movements. They know definitely deadlift, squat, bench press. Yeah. So I'm glad I have those things on record, that even when I was training after 2019 and so forth, when I felt like I needed some motivation. My motivation wouldn't be going and scroll on another bodybuilder page or anything like that. It would be going back at my own videos, like, hey, Abeni, you did this already. This is nothing. You could do this again. That would be my motivation. Till this day, I would go back looking at some videos like, wow, like you was real freaking strong, Jed.
Yeah.
And doing pull-ups and stuff. Ask me if I could do a pull-up now. Nah. I doubt it very much. Maybe I might get 2, struggling at 5. Because TIC this year in Center of Excellence, they had a gym there. And in order to win like a free membership or something for a month, you had to do, I think it was 15 pull-ups. And to tell you how I bad mind, I have not trained in so long, and I just decided, yeah. And I think I told the guy that I think I had a membership already or something, and he's like, that is nothing. And I was like,
Still go for it.
all right. And I go on and I'm like, wait, but good thing this was assisted pull-ups. Because God knows.
With bands or the machine?
The machine. They had a machine there. Yeah, and by the time I got to maybe like 7, because I have an old injury on my right shoulder, I already felt that shoulder started to fail. So I was like, it really shows me, somebody who have already been there, that you can't eat good today and expect to have an epic workout this afternoon. It doesn't work like that. It's a fuel from days before that is going to become a compilation to execute this workout, especially depending on the muscle group that you're working on. So,
And the rest you get.
yes, definitely. Nothing works without rest. You could take all these supplements, the multivitamin, the pre-workout, everything, and yeah. But people have become so obsessed with supplementation that I've seen where before they walk into the gym, there's a supplement store outside and they just walk straight in. What is the strongest pre-workout you have a real time?
Yeah, dry scooping.
And bap, yeah.
Dry scoop.
They don't even try to see, like, either let me go home and rest and come again, maybe later because it's a 24-hour gym, or let me see if I have the mental to really push myself without depending on supplementation.
Yeah.
No, they just go for the supplements one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when my clients now ask me out, what do you think I could take? I'm like, oh gosh. And this is something that I never practice. I do not train my clients the way I train myself, and I do not like put them on supplements and stuff. Even I could be taking the world of whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not going to influence them on that. You now start
Especially
to train.
in the beginning.
You now start to train. It's not even a good week yet. You're already asking them about what to buy.
Yeah, it's not a starter, it's a supplement.
No, it's we're not going down that road. Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad habit.
Yeah.
That's a real bad habit.
And it also shows too that they're not even really willing to put in any kind of work. They're hoping that these supplements is going to be doing the work
Does
for them.
half of the work for them.
Yeah.
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 I think that is the reason why they go into was the supplement.
Yeah.
But that supplement wouldn't make much of a difference if you put in the work.
For me, the thing that I recognize the most that really did it for me in my whole training career has been my mindset. I have a different level of bad mind when it comes to training. That's whether I am tired and I'm only doing this because either one, I just need to get it done because training is maybe my escape from stress or whatever, or I have a competition coming up.
Therapy.
Yeah. Or I have a competition coming up, but I will train through whatever. And when I did my first trainer's course, my teacher at the time, she spoke about that. She said she knows that there are athletes who would wrap up whatever injury. I am not advising that for my clients. You are not an athlete. You're not pressed for time and recovery or anything like that.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that. You go for therapy, take whatever time you need.
Heal.
Yes, and heal properly, because remember, you're not in your youth anymore. Well, most of my clients anyhow is like 30s and up, right? Late 30s and up. And it's gonna take a lot longer for whatever injury it is you have to heal as compared to in your younger days.
Yeah.
And on top of which, in your younger days, let's say go back to like primary school or something, you have no responsibilities. You just go to school, you come home, mommy, daddy cooking for you, you eat, you maybe you don't even have any chores.
Sleep.
Yeah. But when you're an adult and you're working, remember you're using your limbs, maybe you're driving, you have handbag and thing there. So if it is you have like a shoulder injury or back injury, you really need to sign off and let it rest. And if you already have these other things going on, how do you expect to have these things going on and still want to train?
Yeah, because any kind of movement is an exercise.
Yep.
Yeah, you're walking to work, you're traveling, you're going up the stairs, you're reaching on your for something, you're picking up something.
Yep.
All exercise.
And if it is you are the dependent in your family or your household or so, that makes it even worse. Because now you're helping out there and you're still trying to heal at the same time. So I say kudos to those persons who still have the will that, hey, I want to train, I can do this, but it doesn't make sense and then to worsen the injury or because a compensation has taken place, now you get another injury. And that is something that has happened to me based on my ankle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I'm still, ever so often, thanks to those persons who still bounce me up and is like, hey, how's your ankle doing? Even though people I didn't know knew of the issue, but it will never be like it once was. And that's the thing with injuries. And worse yet, if you were to do a surgery, which I'm really glad that I didn't go down that road. I think I would have been more paranoid than anything else. And I also believe it would have been worse than it is right now because I could still run to some extent, like on really good days. I could run down the street. Maybe halfway I might have to move into like a little jog, kind of hop kind of thing. But more or less I could run, and I have experience closer to the injury happening, so this happened in 23, maybe like 24, I just started to feel like while on the treadmill, like, oh my gosh, I want to run, like it's in my nerves, just tingling, I want to run.
Yeah.
And I was able to run for 3 minutes straight. Then I started to feel like the ankle saying like, hey, easy. And then I'm like, okay, it's like, that felt real good, rather than I couldn't do anything at all. And based on what they explained to me, how they were going to do the surgery, I would have never allowed myself to even attempt that run on the treadmill, knowing how they would have done that surgery, because the doctor said that the bone, after they go into it to see if the ligament is totally detached, if it is, they were going to like drill a hole and take ligament from my hand and attach it in the hole and then onto the lower parts of the foot, which is something could burst. So no way, me knowing that, would have allowed myself to even attempt that run. Because next thing you know, that burst off while I run. Because it's in my mind, I don't know how strong it is to take that kind of pressure. And like, what is the elasticity of the ligament if you were to do that surgery? Is it like a rubber band? Is it like a spring that really, you have to really pull before it snaps, or before it, in the case of a spring, before it gets straight? I don't know. I don't know what would be the tolerance of that if you did the surgery. So I'm like, you know what?
And recovery time.
Yeah. I didn't do it, and I don't regret it. And I think one of the things that saved me was the lack of having that money. Yeah, because when he gave me the cost, and still they didn't give me the cost to do it at that facility. They gave me the cost for the doctor, if they had to take the ligament from my hand, etc. It came up to either $42,000 or $43,000. I wasn't working. So good thing for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in a better place now?
Yeah, definitely,
I don't hear you complaining about it at all.
Nah, it's just stiff. I don't have the range of motion.
I don't wear heels. So.
Like this is it. So this is the uninjured foot, and this is the injured foot.
Right, and you still can't wear heels.
No, I can wear heels. I actually was able to wear heels as of November last year, I think it was. Yeah, I tried it because I tried in July, and the foot really said, nah, we ain't ready yet. And I tried again in July, and I actually did a video walking down my corridor home where I had on the heels, and I had on my competition heels, and that's how actually I did compete this year. And my category is heels.
Oh, right, yeah, you competed
Yeah,
this year?
yeah.
What competition you did this year again?
That was Barbados. That was...
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, that show did not... And when I did that show, I really got the feeling like I don't feel like I belong competing anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the feeling at the point in time. So I just into coaching and business right now. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you reach far.
Yeah.
Reach far.
I have accomplished a lot, and I am proud of myself for that. Yeah.
So it's not like you could coach the younger ones and prevent them from making the mistakes you made.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I have not seen new females coming up that are interested in bodybuilding. I think also because they don't really have the influence. You don't have like people coming around like in schools or anything, like how they might talk about karate and other sports to say, well, hey, you know.
Yeah, well, there's definitely no marketing, nothing for bodybuilding here. Absolutely nothing.
And that's okay for me, because if I go to a school or something to talk, I wouldn't necessarily push bodybuilding, but I would push sports.
Yeah.
In general, I would leave it there for that child to decide what they really like. Try out different things to see what.
They don't even know it's an option.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know it's an option.
Because so many times I've gotten that, hey, what country you from?
Yeah, because they've never heard of bodybuilding in Trinidad.
Yeah. Because
when we were doing the magazine, the fitness magazine, has everybody, you were like, wait, these people are international? What country they're from? I said, no, these are local athletes.
That really shows you how
they were like,
quiet it is. No marketing at all. And I mean, if you want to make money, you have to spend money, so you have to advertise. I don't care what your business is, you have to advertise. And even if it is you have 10 customers or 10 patrons or whatever the case is, people could decide last minute, I'm not going again, I don't want this, I don't want... You have to keep advertising.
Yeah. Marketing is life.
And that was not taking place in the sport, but like I said, I would definitely be pushing sport. There's swimming. Swimming works your overall body. That was actually what I was into before I got involved with bodybuilding. But I did not do swimming competitively. I can't remember why. I think it was the time for training. Yeah, I didn't have the time for training. I also thought about taking a dragon boat, but I didn't have the transport, and it was the time for training as well.
Right.
So,
dragon boat dreaded.
Yeah, actually, in 2020, I think it was, my friend Edson Brady, you know him.
Yeah, no, Edson.
He and Andrew Lewis, the sailor, had a seminar at UE. And so you had a lot of sporting disciplines. The president of the foundation, etc., of the organization came and so forth. And the president of the Dragon Boat Association at the point in time actually asked me if it is I didn't want to join the team. But when I did decide, I couldn't remember what the man's name was. And when I did remember, I think when I went Googling the page, that was not the person that was coming up. And I just couldn't find him. So, because I thought, like, okay, if I'm leaving bodybuilding, being in sport like all my life, what am I going to do with myself? Like, I need to do something. I've always been an active person, so just not doing anything is like, it's not feeling right. So I wanted to do something, but business has kind of taken over my time from even being in the gym.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no complaint in a kind of way because, money have something,
Yeah.
to fall back on per se. But fitness is still definitely important. It can be aging and not, working out at least to some extent.
I mean, fitness, leads to a longer life. So, there's nothing more important than life.
Definitely. And not just longer life, but a longer, more active
Quality
and
of
fulfilling quality life. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand how people could not take care of themselves. I know it's supposed to be a relationship podcast, but this has just been, so we just continue it. Yeah, I hate to see people just
Allowing themselves to
treat
dwindle away.
Yeah, and you say you love yourself. You really love yourself because what you love, you take care of.
I say that all the time, that if it is that like seeing the way a person takes care of themselves or don't take care of themselves shows me the amount of discipline you have.
Yeah. And I'm actually attracted to people who take care of themselves.
And that is what I admire when I look at women who are very muscular in bodybuilding. I don't want to get big like them, but I understand the amount of work and discipline it took for them to get like that. The eating, the training, that sometimes is a sacrifice of relationships, it's jobs, it's all these different things. So I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah.
Kudos to you. I don't want to get like that, but
I admire the qualities that you have to have.
Yeah.
To do
That's not no walk in the park. I mean, I thought that before 2019 that I used to eat. But then when I actually had to diet after bulking up and stuff, then I realized like, whoa, you really wasn't eating.
Yeah, I remember you telling me all hours of the morning, you waking up and you had to eat.
And it's like 6 to 10 egg whites I would have with broccoli, with pepperoni. So that tasted like a pizza. And I would do fasted cardio for about an hour, fasted interval cardio on a morning before I go to school, because I was going to school at the point in time. And then I would get back home and my guy at the point in time would make breakfast for me, organize my lunch and thing while I'm in the bathroom, and then go to class. When I get to class, my teacher, he was a track athlete. So he knew I was an athlete getting ready for competition and I can't eat in the lab. So I'm sitting down outside eating, listening to class, because hey, I had to eat by the clock, right? Can't allow myself to start to cannibalize on itself. Go back in. One idea, head home, eat again, go head down the road, training. On the way home, eating again. I was just tired. My jaw was...
Yeah, and then too, your digestive system just going and going and going. And your body can't heal itself until your digestive system finish digesting.
So when COVID hit, I said my digestive system was probably so glad to get a rest.
Yeah. Just...
Yeah. Because now I was like, I had no competition, gym's closed. I lacked the motivation to say that I go in and lift any weights in my yard or anything like that. I really tried it. So I got into yoga. I was doing really well there and going up to the headstand and all kind of thing. And then I started to do some HIIT training just to honestly say that's a workout for the day.
Yeah.
Not like I was really going for it. So I would do the shortest workout, like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, gosh, I'm feeling so unfit. I'm like, I just need weights. This is not the life. And when I get up, it would be if it's a slice of strip bread, that's what I have in for breakfast. If I feel like eating, I would eat. If I don't feel like eating, I don't feel like eating. And I was really grateful for that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You feel like a prisoner. You have to eat God, how to feed. Yeah, that's
and my boyfriend at the time was also my trainer. So if it says like I even turn to hug him or something and he realized, hey, you're up and you should be eating. And I was like, cool. It's like, why let you know I up for, boy? And I turned back there and he's like, Abeni, you need to eat. It's like I don't feel like eating, and when I do feel like eating, it's the longest I would take to eat that thing.
Yeah.
And like the chicken dry. I remember this chicken. I said this chicken had a hard life. Yeah, that chicken was dry and hard.
Chicken was a crackhead.
Yeah, and I was like, no one. I'm not exaggerating when I say I was chewing a piece of chicken from Gasparillo to Mova.
That's chewing gum.
I started to put some almonds in my mouth to try and change the texture of it so that I could finish this chicken.
You gotta pre-chew that chicken before you chew that chicken.
I said,
You
no,
wanna start a chew?
we can't buy
Put it
chicken
in a
from this
bag,
place again.
Take a 5. Continue chewing it.
And because of the training and all the muscles in my face, like right here,
Yeah, that's how I guess.
here used to swell actually. You would literally see a bump come out here.
Yeah.
And I would just have to cool it, give it a while, and then it will go back down. That's like muscles were just starting to build right here. The amount of chewing. But whew, those were the days.
Those what it is.
Yeah. So how about you? How are you doing? Because I know you started back the gym recently. How's that going for you?
Yeah, actually, fitting in clothes really nicely. I mean, yeah. I ain't got no birds yet, but
And I hear you say yet.
yeah, I ain't got no birds yet. You know. Yeah, but it's going good. It just took me long to start. It was just hard to start. You know, but
Well, you're over that hurdle now.
yeah. But as soon as I start, man, I keep going, and I don't miss it. And yeah, it's good. I feel good. Yeah.
And I'm glad you said
First week of pain. Yeah, that was. Ooh, yeah.
I'm glad you said that because I really want people to know. You all heard Kirk said the hardest thing was to start. Now that he has started, it's like the wheel just rolling.
Yeah, it's easy. It's
So
easy.
that is it, and that's like your biggest hurdle there. What they say about fear is something on the other side of your goal or something like that. So you want to achieve this thing, you want to start the gym, you know you want to lose some weight, carry down the belly, whatever the case is, get bigger, boomsy, whatever. But the start, just get up one day, don't think about it, throw stuff in the trunk or whatever, you're coming from work, don't think about nothing. Just swing off to the gym, get it to happen, get it started, and then you would just be like, gosh, I'm glad I finally went.
Yeah, you know what did it for me? I tell myself, just go and pay for it.
You want to
When I
waste
pay for
money?
You know, I don't like to spend a bad cent. So I'm getting my money's worth.
Well, that is good. I'm glad you realized what your hurdle was and implemented something that would get you over. And this is something I spoke about already some years ago on the radio, that if it says you know that you're going to think about it and make an excuse, just from tonight, just pack everything, put it in the car, or do whatever you have to do. You know what you have to do.
Finally.
They just know what to do. They just know what to do, but I think they like the excuses.
Yeah. It's
Unfortunately.
It's easier.
Yeah.
It's really easy to just say, I'll start tomorrow.
Yeah.
That was me. Yeah, I'll start next week. I do all the money. I'm going to have this bill to pay. Yeah, I was just like, fuck it. Just pay it. Just pay it.
And what about persons who are in a worse off situation than yourself? I mean, you made the decision, because I mean, you used to exercise before and so forth. And like we just mentioned, exercising, building muscles, longevity and so forth, right? But what about persons who really have to lose weight, or they have some kind of medical issue and the doctor is telling them, hey, you need to lose about X amount of pounds, and they're still talking about tomorrow?
And to me, it should be easier for them to start, because you have that, not even motivate, you have to.
Yeah.
You understand? You have to. Me, I just have a young lady and I gotta keep up. Trying to keep
Yeah.
up. That's the only.
Are you a young bird?
Yeah, young bird.
You really gotta keep
Yeah,
up
she's
interest now.
fed up on the dad bud. You say, yeah, I need
Yeah,
to
I say the same
So,
thing. I say the same thing about that
to
dad.
represent. I can't pop down, so so
Well, that is a good self-analyzation and observation in terms of, your relationship and whatnot, knowing that, hey, this is what exists. This is what I need to do. I keep putting off because of excuses of everything else being more important. But I really want to do it for these reasons, health, relationship, etc. What can I do to ensure that I stop saying tomorrow? Go pay for it.
yeah.
Especially because you know yourself that, hey, I ain't just spending money just like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend a bad cent. And this is what I tell people. You need to know, look at yourself. What is it keeping you back? Is it finishing work late? Why are you finishing work late? Is it just because you want to stay back and do all what you could do for tomorrow? Tomorrow will come if it have to come, whether you're dead or you're alive. But if it is you're alive, you need to start taking care of yourself, because before you know it, you'll be like, oh my God, where does belly come out from?
And to be honest, it just sometimes I say, the money is not really the money, Money is just an excuse,
Yeah.
because we use that money for nonsense.
All the time. All the time. People will cancel training with a trainer over getting the bundles for the hair. Going and do the nails and thing. I mean, you could find a cheaper nail tech that doing the same kind of quality work and so forth, but you paying
DIY.
you paying $450 and thing.
Yeah.
I remember about a month ago, I was inquiring. My sister told me about a nail tech not too far from us. So I was like, okay, if it's like walking distance, instead of going by my cousin in Arima, I said, let me check her out. She young. She looked like she's no more than 26. When I asked her, I had my natural nails and they were really long. So like about this length. And I didn't want to put back on the acrylic because I already accomplished having the long nails.
Right.
So I said I just wanted to put on like what you would call like a layer or something. But when I asked her, I said, hi, so and so, I got your contact and whatnot, and I just want to know how much to put on the layer. Not the acrylic nail,
Right.
just the layer. She said $350. I said, no, not the acrylic nail, no, I just want the layer. She's like, no, I understand what you mean, $350. And I was like, $350 for what? Because my nail tech charges me $280 for fingers and toes.
Right.
Putting on the acrylic nails, design it up, and I just do acrylic on my big toe and polish. I still getting design and whatnot on my fingers for $280. And she actually just recently, like maybe about 5 months ago, increased her price after how much donkey is. It used to be like $220 or $250 or something like that.
Yeah.
You now start nails. $380, $350.
Well, to be honest with you, I have no idea what those things cost.
I said, okay, thank you. I said, but that's not in my budget right now. And
That's gym fee.
I still have to get additional money for that gym fee now. Because gym fee is $400 and $450.
Yeah.
And what I noticed about her, she lacked customer service. And I said, maybe that's why your price is what it was for me to reject you. Because when I told her that, hey, I can't afford this right now, whatever, you could have simply said, okay, have a good evening, bye. She did not respond. She did not read my messages for like about 3 days. Then she opened it like to then acknowledge it, because it's like, you can't afford it, way but to talk to me for that kind of way. And I'm like,
Everybody is built for entrepreneurship.
and I just did a little course, something Tuesday and Friday, and that was one of the topics. Not everybody is built for...
Not everybody's built for that, especially when it comes to customer service.
Yeah, and I had to tell My friend Ritzy, I just tell her that all the time. I was like, entrepreneurship is not for the weak.
Yeah.
Not for the weak at all. You doing everything yourself.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you ever came across this, but it was a video on TikTok at time, where the guy, he was advertising himself. So he was an entrepreneur, and he was talking about his business, and he kept introducing himself in like different clothing, and he's like the cashier,
Right.
the manager,
Yeah.
the CEO,
Yeah.
the one who handling all the documents. You're everything.
Yeah.
You're everything until you get to a place where you can now, designate work and hire people. And people really don't see, again, like what we were talking about earlier, people don't see the behind the scenes at all. They just see the finished product and find, oh, that looks so simple.
It look easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
Yeah.
But some people, a lot of people are very much comfortable with going to the 8 to 4 every day because they think it is safer. They're afraid of the risk. I have a coworker like that. She says that her husband is always telling her like, girl, do something, start up something. And I'm like, listen, my friend circle is very small, and everybody here is like have some kind of business on the side or something.
Yeah, even if you have your 9 to 5, you still, have a little something.
COVID showed you that ain't safe.
Yeah, because I can't picture myself just having a job and not doing one thing.
Yeah, you dictate in my pace. When I go on lunch, when I go on vacation, how long my vacation is, if I'm on sick leave, the amount of days I could take. But
Yeah, telling you when you could pick up your child and this. I can't tell you when last I had a 9 to 5.
I know.
Yeah. But I don't think you ever knew me at
No.
kind of job.
No.
Always been
Yeah.
self-employed. I have a million jobs. Graphic design, printing, photography.
You're really evolving now.
Much more.
Over the years, yeah.
Yeah, from graphic design to photography and fitness and did a real shit, boy.
Yeah.
Did a real shit.
That's a good
Fitness is a
look back.
whole convoy, yes?
Because I was just about to tell you there's some things I want to touch on, but yeah, that's a whole other
This was a whole
I just came across some of the photos actually, and I was like, hey boy,
yeah.
that was real small.
Even though we fitness, that business just went down and costed me, a couple $100,000. It was the best experience I ever had in my life.
I would agree.
And I would even say I would have never met you, would have never met Bertha, none of these people, Lee.
In truth, yeah, boy.
If it wasn't for We Fitness.
You see, this is why you have to be appreciative of everything that happens, whether it came across to you as something bad or it was something good. Because if it is your honest to yourself and you reflect, you realize there was a ripple effect of how everything became what it is right now. Like in any situation, how you end up in that job. Because I used to do that as to how I got into bodybuilding. And that was a whole ripple effect that started off with me. If I just keep carrying it back, it started off as me working as a teacher in a primary school. And if I just said that, a teacher in a primary school to bodybuilding, or to even this very moment, people might be like, what I have to do with anything? But it's just like how we started off talking about one topic and we got to hear something was linked to that other sentence
something
topic.
is pushing direction. And I always say, God put people in your life, because he can't physically. I believe, I know everybody, some people will say, God will speak to them, God say this, God tell them this, God tell them that. I really believe in that. God will put people in your life, put obstacles in your life, good and bad. Because if you keep doing something, if God have a plan for you, Hey, I need Abeni to reach here. But right now, she's just not doing the things to get to here. You know, and I put in, have the road there for, but she keep going astray. She keep going and going here. So I had to do something.
Yeah.
I had to make her a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So she could go and
Tell me about
make her a little uncomfortable. You start a thing and then you ignore it. And you gotta make you more uncomfortable. I had to turn it up a notch.
Yeah.
Until you get fed up and go to the car, how to make a change. And there's a lot of people realize as soon as you make that change, you realize doors just open up. Nah, man, just say, hey, finally,
Yeah.
you're listening.
Yeah.
I could give you what you want.
And you saying finally this happened because I waiting so long, but you didn't realize you was the hard one.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I say you can't get vexed with like exes and people in your past.
You have to say thank God for them. Yeah.
All of them, because I thank them.
And that's why I said that in every lesson you have to make it a learning experience. And like you also mentioned, people come into your life for a reason, a season, and a lifetime. And what happens, and a girl mentioned it in a video as well, which is something that I've always heard, that sometimes we tend to be holding on to the said thing that God is trying to take us away from. And he said, you know what? You don't want to leave the job or the relationship or whatever, and God is going to make that thing hurt you in such a way where you finally get to that point where it's like, you know what? Whatever.
Yeah, because you're feeling stuck.
Yeah.
You want to know why you're stuck.
Yeah. Because we don't like to, a lot of times we don't like change. We get so comfortable how something is. You feel good. This chair cozy here. The phone ring. Wait over there. It's like, gosh, get up. Like, why I couldn't have a cord or some kind of thing? Because here too comfy.
Yeah.
So what? Now you start to feel something sticking here in the chair. And you jump up quick. Now you can go and answer the phone or whatever it is. You're no longer here.
Opportunity. Or somebody say, oh, you call them back, you miss the call and you call them back when you're comfortable. Oh, I may call back this person. Oh, now we were offering this, but that, but somebody else.
Feeling sick.
Yeah, you feel sick.
Yeah. Or before you mention that part, you get up, but when you come back checking and you to see like if there's a pin or something in there, it didn't have nothing.
Nothing.
But it had something there at the point in time to nudge you off of your seat to go and answer the phone, and you're telling yourself, wait, look, I didn't feel like getting up there, no.
Yeah.
If I had stayed, and that's if you're even, that's a self-reflective type of person. I would do that. Like, if I didn't get up from there, boy, I would have missed the call. Let me say it's like a landline, the call to it, and maybe you have no caller ID or nothing to call back. Or you call back, but it's a general office number. You don't know which extension of the department call you.
Yeah.
You don't have a name, extension line, nothing.
You just had to hope they call you.
Yeah. You're praying because you're saying, nah, boy. Maybe you see a name, maybe it's somebody you applied before something and you know it's like you have a familiar relation with the name of the institution, and you're saying, boy, I wonder if that was the lady called me back, the man called me back with so and so.
Yeah.
You miss out.
Yep.
Because of your comfort. So I believe that when change comes, or like I was telling with say yesterday, that when an opportunity arises, you take it and then you learn to do whatever it is. Because if you just say that, well, I'm not no accountant, but they're not looking for somebody who have masters or anything like that. It's just like minor thing, but you still looking down on yourself like, nah, I don't know how to do that and whatnot. Say yes to the opportunity.
Yeah, learn how to do.
They would probably just teach you whatever it is you need to do. Is just this machine here. All they're doing is plugging in this to this, and then you realize, oh, it's so easy.
But the fear of feeling.
Yeah. And that is what stops a lot of people from becoming entrepreneurs. You have a really good idea, but they're studying, well, what if it don't work out? What if it is when I call the people that don't get you the loan? What if?
See that what if?
Yeah.
That what if do exist?
Yeah, keep you right in this comfort zone. Yeah.
It's not what if, but what can.
Yeah. Yeah. What if it does work out?
Yeah, what if it works out?
But they don't really think about that part. They just stick in the negative, and a lot of the times it's because of the circle also that they're in. They do have the mindset of the go-getters who pushing everybody.
Yeah.
You stuck at home, you're probably the first person in your family or so to now say that, hey, I want to start a business, I want to do something, I want more.
Yeah, it depends on the people you surround yourself with. Because if you surround yourself with, I would say, you look at certain friends, you might see a big person, and when you really check their friends, all of them kind of chunky, all of them kind of big. They keep each other, in that comfort.
Yeah, or you're bigger, they're smaller than you, but the while you're up, they have you feeling like, yeah, girl, this, that thing, you're looking real good.
Yeah, so look at your friend circle. Your friend circle, where everybody more or less on the fit side. Mm-hmm. So you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who you network with is very important.
You want chips?
Yeah, Triple, I was wondering if the mic could have picked it up, yes? Wonder if the mic could pick it up. Let me see.
You think?
That chip's good, bro. Yeah. Oh, well, this was a good chat. I mean, we didn't stay on topic. We started and ended back. We started relationships, went fitness as usual, and then came back to relationships, entrepreneurship. Yeah. Right, so this was just all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was good.
Yeah, we was freestyling.
Yeah, we was definitely freestyling. Styling, and we'll do it again.
But it was very informative.
Yeah.
So, I think the viewers would have appreciated that.
I hope so. And as we close off, I am Kirky.
And I'm Absi.
Peace. We can eat now.
Cookie was like, I wonder if you could pick up any mic.
Was it good?
I could.